Okay, so let's just dive right in. Have you ever really stopped to wonder what happens after we die? Well, today we're going to explore that exact question through the experiences of the Trinity Oracles, three sisters who are psychic and claim they have some pretty incredible answers.
At the heart of everything the Trinity Oracles talk about is this one simple idea. Death isn't some final stop. It's just a continuation. As they put it, you don't end, you just come out of your shell and keep going.
So who are the Trinity Oracles? Well, they're three sisters who say they were basically born with these psychic gifts. It apparently runs in their family. And these abilities, they claim, let them do some amazing things, connect with spirits, see what's coming in the future, and even help guide those of us still here.
Now, their abilities are broken down into what are called the 5 clairs. It's kind of like having 5 spiritual senses. You've got clairvoyance, which is clear seeing, clairaudience, clear hearing, clairsentience, which is feeling things, claircognizance, that's just knowing something, and even clairgustance, which is clear tasting. And that last one sounds weird, right? But one of the sisters told a story about how she was channeling someone's dad, and she could actually taste cigarette smoke. Turns out he was a chain smoker. Wild.
Okay, so how does this information actually come through? The sisters are really clear on this. They say it's all about pure reception. It's not about thinking. The second you start thinking, you're using your own brain and you've lost the connection.
The absolute key, they say, is having no resistance. You have to completely let go of trying to control it. They compare it to an inventor who struggles with a problem for weeks, and then the moment they just stop trying so hard and relax, bam, the breakthrough just flows in. It's that same idea.
And they actually lay it out in a pretty simple 3-step process. First, you have to get your own busy mind out of the way. Just quiet your thoughts. Second, release that resistance. Let go of any expectations about what you're supposed to hear. And third, you just have to trust whatever comes through. No judgment. It's a lot like meditation, really. The whole point is to silence your own mind to create this clear channel for communication. Of course, when you make claims like these, people are going to be skeptical. I mean, it's only natural, right? So when they get asked for proof, the sisters have a really simple, really direct answer.
Yep. They just say, check our receipts. They point everyone to their website and their YouTube channel, where they've been making public predictions for years. They say they do this specifically so that people can go back and check for themselves to see how accurate they've been.
And some of these claims are pretty major. They say they predicted the overturning of Roe v. Wade a full 2 years before it happened. They also claim to have foreseen Jamie Foxx's near-death experience, which, he later came out and confirmed himself was incredibly serious.
So their predictions are one thing, but what they say about the afterlife, that's a whole other level. One of the sisters talks about this time a being she says was Archangel Michael actually showed her a vision of heaven. And what she saw was this incredible contrast to life here. Imagine Earth, but with all its natural beauty perfectly pristine. No buildings, no pollution, no suffering. She says souls there aren't in physical bodies, but are these beautiful, colorful orbs of energy, just existing in total euphoria. And get this, they can still do things they loved on Earth. And they have access to, well, all knowledge, everything.
But here's a really interesting twist. The sisters say that not everyone goes straight to this heaven. For souls that went through a lot of trauma or a bad illness, there's another step first. They go to what's called a healing realm to rest and recuperate. This healing realm is described as this super peaceful, quiet sanctuary. Think of it like a spiritual halfway house. It's a place where angels help these souls recover from all the heavy stuff they went through on Earth so they can heal and get ready for the next part of their journey. So, what happens after that healing? Well, the journey keeps going. The oracles say this next chapter is all about choice and purpose. And for a lot of souls, that means reincarnation, coming back to Earth for another round of lessons. This timeline really lays out the path they describe. You have death, then, for some, the healing realm, then into that state they call heaven, and from there, often it's the choice to come back to Earth through reincarnation. They believe every single life is a new chance for the soul to learn and grow and evolve.
But what about ghosts? The oracles believe that some souls do get stuck here. They can't move on, maybe because they're in shock from a sudden death, or they're afraid of being judged because of their religious beliefs. Sometimes it's just that they have unfinished business or can't bear to leave their loved ones. And those earthbound spirits, they say, need a little guidance to finally cross over. So, when you boil it all down, the message from the Trinity Oracles is actually one of real hope and continuity. They're challenging us to stop seeing death as this scary final chapter, and instead see it as just a new beginning, a simple switch to the next part of our existence. So after hearing all of that, what do you think? What's that little voice inside, your intuition, telling you about what might be out there? Maybe that answer is a whole journey of discovery all on its own.